Hey guys, Stephen Amaya here with AG Real Estate. I'm here today with Ulises Cabrera, who is our current councilman running for mayor next November. So, we kind of have seen each other grow throughout the years. We're both Moreno Valley locals. We both grew up out here. But I want everybody to know, like our audience to know, like a little bit more about you and, growing up in Moreno Valley and everything you do for the city. I literally see you everywhere, every day. You're at every event. You're at every restaurant. You're at every, community event. Anything that you can do to support our community, you're there. So that's why, I really admire you for that, and I respect the hustle. So that's why we're here today, and I want my audience to know a little bit more about you.
Definitely. So first, I just want to say thank you to the Amaya Group and Stephen and everybody here for giving me the opportunity to just share a little bit about myself. I've seen these guys grow a lot as well, so I'm really proud of them, and definitely look forward to seeing everything that they're going to accomplish in the future. But like Stephen kind of alluded to, I've been a member of the community for years. I've been on the city council for a little over 4.5 years now as a city council member, and now I'm running for mayor of Moreno Valley. So it's been really exciting, just kind of getting involved with a lot of projects, and like Stephen also mentioned, just helping out in the community, whether that's community cleanups or food pantries or, just being out there with the people, right, at the schools, helping out the kids, the soccer teams and all of that. So it's really exciting. It's been a true honor to serve the community, and there's a lot more to look forward to. So definitely we want to, talk to you some more, share some more ideas and plans for the future of our city. And I'm always available. I can talk on, and I'm I'm a resource. I'm a book, and I'm always available. So any questions that you might have, feel free to give me a call. We'll make sure to put the information here in the video as well. So I'm just a phone call and an email away.
So what district are you in?
I'm District 4.
Okay. And where were you born? What did you do before you became councilman?
Definitely. So long story short, I'm originally from Los Angeles. I was born and raised in Compton. I'm sure we're all familiar with Compton. So I went there, was at actually a private school for about 7 years in Linwood. And then when I was about 10 years old, I moved out to Texas. So I spent about 10 years out there as well. I lived in Houston, College Station, Austin, the Woodlands. I moved around a lot. Came back briefly in 2009 here to Moreno Valley. I went to Valley View High School, and then I went back to Texas again. Eventually, I graduated college out there in Houston. Decided to move back here to Moreno Valley in 2015, where I officially incorporated my construction company with my father. So we started U = MC squared construction, and so we do residential remodeling. And little by little, we've grown our company, right? So been really just happy to see that we've been able to build these relationships and help other people prosper as well, right? Because there's a lot of people out there who really need advice or assistance, right? With whether that's adding rooms to their house or remodeling their house, fixing and flipping, right? It's really nice to have those relationships and those friendships and people you can rely on. So that's kind of in a nutshell what I'm about. I have that background in general contracting. I've also had a nonprofit in the past, and I'm just a very giving person. So, I've already dedicated my life to that. I found that my purpose is to help other people, and I'm going to do that as long as I can.
Awesome. Okay. So what do you see in Moreno Valley for the next year to 5 years? Like what's your goal for growth? What's your goal for the community events? What do you see happening in the future?
Definitely. So I'm going to start by basically identifying my priorities, right? So at the very top is always public safety. We know that, crime is an issue, especially property crimes, people breaking into cars, stealing cars, catalytic converters, right? Mailbox theft, stuff like that. So definitely working with our public safety personnel to figure out how do we improve response times? How do we provide them with more resources to do their job better, right? To make our community safer, because, I have a son on the way. My first baby boy is going to be born within the next month or so.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I want to make sure that our community is safer, right? That if something is going on, I can call our police department or someone to help us out and keep us safe. So that is definitely at the top of the list. Another thing is like we talked about earlier, the homeless issue. That's another thing that I'm very passionate about, and I definitely want to figure out a way to build housing for the homeless. Another thing at the top of my list is our roads, right? So our infrastructure. We definitely need a lot of help. We have potholes all over the place, but there's money coming down the pipeline, right? Definitely we'll talk more about that in the future.
Okay.
But fixing our roads, improving our roads, getting rid of all these potholes. And so that's at the top of my list. And also education, right? So I've been a big proponent of, and I have actually voted in favor of opening 2 new libraries. Just in my time on the council, we've opened 2 brand new libraries. We pay for student tuition at Moreno Valley College, and we've implemented a lot of after school programs. We opened up a new amphitheater, 600 seat outdoor amphitheater. Any artists, musicians out there who want a beautiful venue, definitely check out the Moreno Valley Amphitheater and Civic Center. So that was an $8 million investment right there. Wow. We also have an aquatic center coming soon. We have a pump track. Any BMX fans out there, any cyclists out there, we have a pump track coming within about 2 weeks. If you don't know what that is, just Google it, pump track. So we have one coming soon.
I have no idea what that is, so I'll have to Google it.
It's really, really cool. Definitely, it's going to be a big hit. We opened up a skate park as well over at Community Park, so that was a big hit. We returfed all the soccer fields. We're adding new lighting to multiple soccer fields for our soccer teams, because that's another thing that we have such a robust soccer community. We don't have enough lighted soccer fields. So that's another thing that we're putting funding into. So that we're redeveloping the mall. You know, malls are struggling across the country. Amazon is coming in, buying up malls all over the place, and we don't want ours to go under. So we're actually working very closely with the developer, the owner of the mall. He already submitted plans, and I'll bring more details to you soon. But the plan is to redevelop that mall, make it real nice, add more entertainment to it to make it a real destination. And what
awesome.
else? We have the golf course, Rancho del Sol, that just reopened. That's a Pete Dye designed golf course.
I just played it last week.
Yeah,
for the first time. It's great.
Awesome.
Layout.
Yeah, so we have that. The parking lot is always packed. What else do we have? The expansion of the hospitals, right? So again, just bringing in higher quality jobs and providing that education so that as our kids grow up, they have those opportunities. They can get those skills that they need to get those 6-figure jobs or become entrepreneurs and go out into the world and be successful, not just stuck with minimum wage, low paying jobs. So there's a lot coming, and you know, I'm looking forward to it, man. I hope you can tell that I'm super excited.
Yeah,
you know,
right when you came in, you started talking about it. So yeah, and I always like to know about stuff before it happens. So that's why I like to see you every once in a while and find out what's coming up. So
definitely,
obviously, we care about real estate. Mm-hmm. I like all aspects of it in Moreno Valley. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I just like seeing the new restaurants come up, the new stores. There's a bunch of cool stuff going on. The World Logistics Center, is that really happening, or is that? Yeah,
it's moving through the process. It's caught up in litigation in the courts and everything, but it is making progress. There's just one lawsuit left for Highland Fairview to get through. Okay. Once they get through that, they'll be able to start building. So we're almost there.
Okay. So yeah, you guys done a great job. Mike Lee, also amazing. He's done a great job by bringing all these people in, all these companies in, and it's just Moreno Valley's changed for the better. So I'm super proud to have a company here and you guys supporting it. So what do you think the plans are for the future for investing in real estate and everything else in Moreno Valley?
Definitely. So although I am a elected official for the city of Moreno Valley, again, I have a background in construction, general contracting, and I have a lot of friends in real estate, right? And so in the future, that's something I would like to get into personally, but with the skill set that I have, right, with the knowledge that I have and the ability that I have as a city council member who can vote on projects, right? When you look at the development process, whether you're an investor or a developer, or whether you're buying to fix and flip or to fold properties, right? Buy and rent. There's different stages to it, right? You have to find the deal, you have to buy the deal, you have to find the capital if you don't have it, right? Bring the different people to the table. Same thing with bigger projects, right? So if we're talking about buying a vacant piece of land, if you're talking about 56 acres here, I'll give you a real example. The city of Moreno Valley, we owned 56 acres at the corner of Cottonwood and Nason. So what we did was we formed a public-private partnership with the Lewis Operating Company. It's the same company that built the Grove, that built Victoria Gardens, to develop a town center here in Moreno Valley. So that's going to be a mixed use development, and that had to come through the city council, right? So I voted in favor of that. We sold the property to the Lewis Group, and now they're going to develop a mixed use development. So whether
Is that fully approved?
Yeah, fully approved and done. So we're in the first stages of actually getting those plans submitted for the site itself and the buildings. So we're going through the process, but basically that's kind of that's what I want to help you with, right? Whether it's you want to come to Moreno Valley, buy a piece of land, build on it, I want to help you. If you want to come in and bring investors to develop something, I want to help you. You have questions, I want to help you. So again, I'm a resource, I'm available. I want to do whatever I can to help you get the maximum returns on your investment as well. So that's what I'm all about.
Okay, that's awesome. So like another thing, I'm just gonna go over a bunch of stuff that I've noticed. So like, and this is, I'm just gonna be brutally honest. Right. So like, there's a lot of like trash or like dead weeds and all that stuff on almost every freeway exit. Yeah. Is there any plans to fix that in the future?
For sure, for sure. So all of these types of things come down to dollar and cents, right? So when it comes to the government, all of the money we get primarily comes from tax revenue. And I know we're all familiar with Uncle Sam, right? He doesn't let anything get away from him. So when it comes to cleaning up the freeways, I was actually out there with Caltrans. This was last Friday, and that's through a state program called Clean California. So that's not something that happens every day. Actually, we've been pushing for that, reaching out to different government agencies to get them out here to clean up our freeways. So that's one step in the right direction, right? Picking up trash and doing stuff like that. But in the long run, there's actually a significant amount of funding that's going to be coming down over the next year and a half through Clean California. Okay. And so we want to make sure that we apply for all that money, bring it here so that we can not only clean up the freeways, do landscaping and, put in stones and nice plants and stuff like that throughout our freeways. We also want to put art, right? So one thing that we don't have enough of, in my opinion, in Moreno Valley is public art, like murals and things like that. So that funding is also going to help us do that too. Not only do these things, but hire local people, right? So we want to bring the local artists, local talent here from Moreno Valley and surrounding cities to go paint those murals on our freeways, on the overpasses and all that. So it is in the works. And we're definitely, it all comes down to the money. Once we find that money, we can put it into these programs and continue to clean up the city. So that's something I'm very passionate about, and definitely we're working on that.
Yeah, because I mean, the city's beautiful, but some of those exits, I'm just like, wow, I put so much effort into this. Why don't they just do this?
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, what about the homeless situation?
The homeless situation, we all see it every single day. It's pretty bad, and unfortunately it's getting worse. And you guys being very embedded in real estate, you understand the complexities of
I mean, it's not just Moreno Valley, obviously, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
But I mean, as Moreno Valley, as you're running for mayor, what can you possibly do to change the
definitely
to make it better?
Definitely. So because of my background in construction, my perception on this, and the first solution that we have to actually implement starts with housing, right? Putting some of these folks under a roof, having a roof over their head. So once we do that, which at the moment in Moreno Valley, we have 0 beds, 0 shelter beds for homeless people, which in my opinion is unacceptable. And I am fully in favor of starting some kind of pilot program, and I will go out there and build it myself if I can, to start with, a dozen or 2 dozen, whether that's tiny homes or mobile homes or pallet homes. But we need to put these folks under a roof. Once we do that, we can provide them with the wraparound services. Like we see folks out there talking to themselves, mental health issues. Definitely. We see people out there on drugs, right? Overdosing. We need to provide them with drug rehabilitation programs as well, and also employment programs. So once we get them under a roof, we can provide them with all these services. They can get themselves cleaned up, and with the ultimate goal of getting them on their feet with permanent employment so they have steady income. And once they're set, we can set them into permanent housing. So the homeless issue is so complex, and there's different factors to it. But at the end of the day, from my perspective, it's a supply issue. Until the state of California and our entire state builds more housing, period, whether that's apartments, moderate income, low income, luxury housing, we have to build more supply. If we don't do that, we're never going to solve this homeless issue.
Sure. Okay. So do you see a lot of builders coming out and building homes right now in Moreno Valley?
Oh, for sure.
How
Without a
many
doubt.
how many projects are in the works right now?
So, a specific number of projects
Just ballpark.
that are entitled, I would say at least about 10 projects.
Okay.
And in terms of units, right, we're talking about thousands of units.
Okay.
Just alone right now, we have several thousand units that are already entitled and going through the construction process. So there's a ton of development coming here to Moreno Valley.
Yeah, that's exciting. So like it seems like things come up every day and they like are built overnight. So that's you guys must be like approving everything pretty quick.
Yeah, like this city is very development friendly. So again, anyone who wants to come in here, you want to buy a piece of property, you want to build something, come to Moreno Valley.
Awesome. We're gonna have an event September 10th. What are we gonna be doing at this event? For me, it's more I want people to come out and get to know who you really are. That's my whole goal for this thing. But what's your goal for this event we're doing?
Yeah, so September 10th, we're going to have a mixer and fundraiser here at the Amaya Group's office in Moreno Valley, right off of Eucalyptus. Beautiful office. I love what they have going on here. And so basically, we're going to have an opportunity for us to network, right? Anyone who wants to come in and learn more about what's going on in Moreno Valley, what projects are coming in the future, whether that's commercial properties or residential projects that are coming, 700 unit apartment projects, right? All of these things that are coming to the city of Moreno Valley, redevelopment of the Moreno Valley Mall, preparing for the 2028 Olympics here in Los Angeles and Lake Paris. So there's a lot of things that, again, it's more about having a
The Olympics are
conversation.
gonna be like Paris?
Yeah. So part of it, right? The Olympics are going to be based in Los Angeles, but the actual rowing sports, the kayaking and the canoeing and all the boating sports are going to be at Lake Paris. So that's a huge, huge deal. And when you think about just all the people that are going to come here from all over the world, all the investment opportunities, all the networking opportunities, I'm telling you, I don't want to be anywhere else other than SoCal, California in 2028. So that's why I'm super excited about everything that's happening over these next, 6-8 years or so.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming out today. I appreciate you coming to our office. If anybody wants to check you out, where would they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at I am Ulises Cabrera. I'm also on Facebook, Ulises Cabrera. You can Google me and check out the city website as well. So, it's always a pleasure to be here with the one and only Stephen Amaya with the Amaya Group. It's always an honor. And definitely look out for November 2022 for Ulises Cabrera for Mayor of Moreno Valley.